Hi divers, my name is Ben. I'm a passionate GUE cave and technical diver and instructor for a number of GUE programs. This series is about how you can become a better scuba diver and in particular how you can be best prepared for your GUE Fundamentals class. In this video, we're going to find out if you're ready for the GUE Fundamentals class coming up. The GUE Fundamentals program is, in my opinion, really awesome to become a way better scuba diver. I talked about the program itself and how to become a better scuba diver in the last video. Check it out if you haven't already. In this video, I'm going to talk about a question many divers who are interested in the GUE Fundamentals program have. The question I get asked almost all the time is, "Hey man, am I ready to take the GUE Fundamentals class with you?" I understand the doubt people have when it comes to GUE or GUE training. In many cases, GUE diver training has the reputation to be elite in some way, and I often hear people tell me they don't feel fit for the class and want to train more before taking it. People are at very different stages of their scuba diving career and have very different advantages but also difficulties to overcome when it comes to the GUE Fundamentals program. So let's go over some, let's say, archetypes of students, and maybe you find yourself somewhere in here. You're a rather experienced recreational instructor. You did thousands of dives and trained many beginners and advanced divers. That was pretty much my personal situation when I started GUE training. In the beginning, it felt a bit weird to start with a beginner's class again. But be honest, the GUE Fundamentals is no beginner's class at all. It's an entry point to the GUE system exclusively for already certified divers. As an instructor, normally no one tells you if your trim is bad or if you don't really nail the buoyancy control. But everyone needs feedback to maintain skills. The Fundamentals class is an excellent opportunity to get some very valuable feedback on your personal diving skills. When I took the class back in 2008, it opened up for me a whole new world. I get some very valuable feedback on my personal diving skills, some things nobody told me for years. Apart from my personal diving skills, I got so many ideas for my teaching. After all, I had so much more to teach to my students at that time, and I learned some very interesting methods. So as an experienced instructor, is the Fundamentals program right for you? Definitely yes. I've had many divers coming to my classes who were experienced mixed gas divers or cave divers and still wanted to take a fundamentals class. What was in there for them? If you are already an experienced diver, maybe even a technical or cave diver, you can almost certainly refine your skills. On one hand, you might have got the same problem as the instructor. You need constantly feedback to maintain your vital skills. However, most of the times it is hard to get honest and valuable feedback. Getting to some new point of views and learning how things can be done differently is always a good thing. So even if you're an experienced technical diver, there's still something in for you. So your last dive was 20 years ago and you want to refresh your skills? In this case, the Fundamentals program is just awesome. So instead of taking a refresher that only refreshes what you already know, you could easily take a class to learn something new. You're going to refresh old skills and develop new ones. what could be better to get into the water again. You're not interested in technical diving, cave diving, and all that stuff? That's okay, but did you notice how practical it is to have perfect control of your body in the water while taking pictures, having perfect buoyancy control, not to mention the awesome backwards kick? Imagine you can swim backwards if you are too close to your subject without using your hands and touching the ground or scaring away fish. So if you are an underwater photographer, there's a lot in for you. Do you need to take a whole fundamentals class to learn these skills? The answer is no. Besides the full 4-day class, there's a fundamentals part 1 and part 2. Part 1 covers almost all the skills that are interesting for photographers, at least from my point of view. However, it doesn't do any harm to learn skills like gas sharing, setting an SMB, or closing your valves too. So if you are an underwater photographer, I can really recommend the Fundamentals program. You can get in touch with the GUE instructor of your trust first and see what's the best option for you. You will find a list with all active GUE instructors in the description below. When I did my fundamentals class, my classmate fell exactly into that category. He was at around 50 dives at that time and wanted to go further. To be honest, between a scuba instructor with 2000 dives like me and him, a fairly new diver with 50 dives, there wasn't much difference in the end. Sure, I had a lot more experience, but also some deadlock patterns in my muscle memory taking ages to get rid of. I guess he first was a bit concerned that he had to take the class with some kind of old warhorse like me, but we both benefited greatly from the class. Especially for newer divers, the Fundamentals program not only refines your skills and most likely teaches you new skills, but it will open up a whole new world for you. The biggest problem newer divers often have is that they might not feel ready for the GUE Fundamentals class. They think they're not good enough or experienced enough to take the class already. I often hear from students that they definitely want to take the class, but not now. They want to train more in advance. Let me get this straight. It's called the GUE Fundamentals class, not the GUE Fundamentals evaluation. You take the class to learn new things, not to show what you already know. You pay the instructor to teach you the necessary skills to be a fundamentals diver. I had the same problem back in the old days. I postponed my fundamentals class further and further because GUE has the reputation of being extraordinarily strict and hard, and I just didn't want to fail the class or disgrace myself by doing something stupid in the class I should know better as an instructor. And you know what? That's If you want to take the class, if you feel it's the right thing to do for you, do it. Don't wait. Waiting is lost time. Learn new things as soon as possible. The longer you can benefit from them. Even more, I wanted to train for the class in advance, but had neither an idea what to train nor adequate feedback, so my training time was merely lost. Take the class and your instructor will tell you what you need to train and how you should train it. As a fairly new scuba diver, from my point of view, no matter if your goals are becoming a cave diver or just being a really good recreational diver, you should take the fundamentals class as soon as possible. For all viewers who already are certified fundamentals divers, please leave a comment in the comment section below at which point of your diving career you took the class. What was your main reason to take the class back at that time? If you are completely new to the world of scuba diving, the GUE Fundamentals course is not for you. One requirement is that you are already certified by a renowned agency. So if you never dove before, the right GUE class for you would be the GUE Recreational Diver 1 class. It's the high standard diving class in the industry, and I love to teach that class. It's just amazing to see how far Reg 1 students can come in almost no time. I know some examples of Reg 1 divers diving their first GUE scientific projects easily, with not more than 30 to 40 dives after their class. So no matter if you're a really experienced diver, an instructor, or just a fairly new diver or underwater photographer, I'm sure you will benefit greatly from the GUE Fundamentals class. As an experienced diver, you will get appropriate feedback on your skills and refine them to get the last bit out of your diving. As an instructor, you will surely learn some new things that you can apply in your own classes. As a rather new diver, or somebody who started diving again after a long time, the class is a supreme opportunity to either kickstart your diving career or get back on the track really fast. For me personally, it opened up a whole new world, and my diving wouldn't be the same without GUE today. I never thought really about going cave diving before, and today I'm part of several cave projects around the world. As a good diver, you should never stop learning, so there's a lot in for you. The only case I cannot recommend the GUE Fundamentals class is if you never dove before. For non-divers, the GUE Reg 1 class is the right class for you. If you have any further questions on the GUE Fundamentals program, please leave a comment below. This is a whole series on how to become a better scuba diver and how to prepare best for your GUE Fundamentals class, covering topics like am I ready for the class, just like in this video, over to what equipment do I need for the class, to what comes after the GUE Fundamentals class. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and don't miss the other videos in this series. See you there.